Hey everybody, welcome to JTV Extra. I'm Sandra Younger, and today's lesson is going to be really cool. This is not so much like a project because, it can go so many different ways. So I'm going to teach you the basic technique, and then I'll explain as we go all the different ways that you can do this. It's really, I like it. You'll see. I get so excited about, all these different projects because even like as I'm like trying to explain to you what we're going to do, I'm thinking in my brain all the different ways you can take this. And it's really funny because I did get an entry from Susanna in Louisville, Kentucky, where she did like a variation on this. And I'm going to show it to you because I think it's really cool. So if you're new, you could leave comments and questions down below. You can shop the products on the right hand of your screen. I think it's the right hand of your screen. If you're on a computer, if you're on your iPhone, I think they're on the bottom. I don't know. Let's see what else. That's it. We always have a full house here, and I hope to see a lot of familiar names. I was going to say faces, but all I actually see are the names. Anyway, we'll do the products that are on today's show, and then we'll get to the customer show, and then to the fantastic lesson. And hopefully today it might be a double feature because I know that I've been saying the past like 2 weeks that if I have time, I'm going to show you guys how to braid this leather thing. I mean, it is braided, but there's a little twist in there that makes it like really like extra durable and cool. But here are the products on today's show. All right, let's see what we have today. Let's see the fantastic. This is the tool that does everything. Everything I do teach is with stringing materials, and I use this tool. Let me show you in case you're not familiar. Okay, back in the day, if you wanted to make a multi-strand, you would need, an end cap like this. But think about it. For every thickness of cord, you would need a different size of this. So this here, I think, is a 1 millimeter. So if I was using a 1.5 millimeter, I would have this unit here would have to be a 1.5 millimeter. And let's see, this one you're limited to 5 strands. However, with the way I teach it, look at this. No hardware. You could make it as many strands as you want. You could use thin, thick, anything. This one here is a 2 millimeter, and look how fantastic that is. Beautiful. So I teach like all kinds of things. There's the macrame slide knot here. This one's really pretty. Check it out. This one was it was a project that I did a while back, but this is just a variation on it. So you've got the macrame here, you've got the slide knot. And the neat thing about this board is it's like having, I thought it was like having like 3 hands at one time, but sometimes I use as many as like 6 clips and move them just in the right space at the right time to get the job done. And you get a hardware kit, you get an instructional DVD and an ebook, but there is a lot online. You do get a password for Knotty lessons on my website. And if you look at all the past JTV shows, you can get just a ton of information there. And then we have both our smaller board, and this one is comes with the instructional DVD and ebook as well, and a hardware kit. And I use them both a lot. I mean, I don't have a favorite because sometimes you need a small board, sometimes you need a big board, sometimes you need both. So and if you want to like have like a party, just have a knot. And I know some people do, they get together with their friends and then they have like knotty parties. So sounds like fun, actually. And the big board, it's just so many useful features. It's got the wells, it's got these this groove here, it's got these wells here for like findings, like bead patterns. I mean, originally I came up with these because I was working on a bracelet, no, it was a necklace that had a specific pattern, and it was really like frustrating, getting it on the needle. And that's how come it's got like a 90-degree angle side, so you could put your needle in there and just like pop it up. Just moose knots, braiding. I teach knotting, and in the knotting, you don't need the board, but I teach it and so that you can incorporate knotted pieces into your work. It's just incredible. And let's see what else we have here. We've got our, let's see what's next. Okay, we got our board, which, I just talked about. I love it. And oh, these beads are, I'm going to be using them today. They've got these little, like, the hole is about, I would say about 2.5 millimeter. And what I like about them is that they're hefty, they're pretty, they're like, I don't know, they're definitely like an asset to your like stuff that you want to make. So if you want to make like bracelets or like necklaces, you can put them on the ends. I mean, these are just very, very, very versatile beads. And what's more is so cool, you get a bunch of them. I mean, a giant bag of them. I mean, it's my dream to always get like a giant bag of everything, but this definitely delivers. So it's a JLW 12852, is that right? Yes. So very, very like handy. Let's see. And then let's see, next we have the okay, these are actually interesting. They are agate beads. It's a Tibetan agate bead strand, a set of 2, 8 and 10 millimeter. They're really interesting beads, and these are I think they're by Dakota Stones, and you know they always have nice things. And let's see, next we have, oh guys, these are like crazy. I mean, you get like a pound of these, and look at all the different like shapes and sizes. And you know, it's funny because there's one in here that's got a gigantic hole. I think it's this one, and I'm like, who needs a hole that big? I did the other day because I had a shell, and I made like a wall hanging, and I needed like one like bead with a really big hole, and that one saved the day. I think it was one like this. But I mean, these are really cool. You can use them for, I mean, just think about it. You know, around my house, everything has like something on it. Like you could put them at the end of like your blinds. If like on clothing where you have like strings hanging down, you can tie these on the end. And the nice thing is they're not going to rust because they are plastic. And the other assortment is these real colorful. And I think these would be like great for like kids, you know, like for the summer, set like make stretch bracelets or, you know, just anything, because, you know, kids just love color and sparkle. So those are the 2 1-pound mixes that are on the show today. And let's see. And then we have our last item is this, it's a 2 millimeter waxed cord. And you get a lot of spools. I mean, there are like, check it out. 1, 2, 7 different colors. And it's really nice and thick. And what I like about it is it's synthetic. So that means it can be melted. So that's a bonus points for it. Let me get one that's not so bright. Like, okay, here's this one. This one's like the gray one. Real pretty, real durable. And like I said, what I like about it is that it can be melted. So, and let's see, I think that's everything. Did I get everything? I got those beads, the melon, the boards. Yep, that is everything on today's show. Oh my gosh, Tess Bar. First of all, I want to shout out because she's like a famous singer. I'm so honored to have you on my show. Hair, I did not think to put those big, gigantic beads in my hair. And I'm already thinking, guys, I'm going to get like a leadered needle, put it in my hair, fold it through, and then put the beads on. So another use for that leadered needle. Oh my God. And if you don't know what a leadered needle is, I'll be telling you in just a second. We've got a full house. So many of you guys have Rhonda. Oh, you know what, Rhonda? Oh, I hope Sputters is going to be okay. Oh, but when does he get out of surgery? And like, when will we know? And oh, my heart goes out to Sputters, and you know, we got Michael. We just so many of you guys. We're gonna do the customer show, and then we'll get to the lesson. But oh, what a great idea! Maybe I'll come back with the beads in my hair. Wow, I never thought of that. Ooh, first we have this beautiful bracelet by Sabine from Germany. I love this. I love the colors and all the little details. Isn't that so cool, guys? You know, you just get like, I don't know, it's just so interesting to look at. I'm always like fascinated with Sabine's work because you just, you know, you look at it and you see there's like different beads. There's translucent. You got the little shell, the little, I was gonna say the fuzzy thing, but the that little tiny, tiny tassel. So cute. The color combination is just so perfect. The pink and the beige, that just looks really, really, really nice. And next we have Anne, Arizona. Okay, so Anne really went to town. She told me that she was trying a bunch of different patterns. Okay, so we've got these two, and then there were a couple of others further down, but look how cool these are. I'm wondering is it the same pattern but with just different materials? Oh, that was another thing. She said that she was trying just like every kind of material, like everything. And that's a really good way to get familiar with your stringing materials, because honestly, you do find, and right, Anne, that some materials are better for some techniques than others. Like that is like, just trying different things is a really good way to just get a feel for all your different stringing materials. So this is really, really cool. And then next, Sarah, North Carolina. Ooh, let's see. Okay, this one's great because on this one, you've got like the double strand that's used as a component piece. Very, very nice. And it looks like it's molded out of like wax or something. It's just so well made. Look, and the knots, just perfect, perfect, perfect. Let's see, you've got the little dangle thing, good, the clasps, and those real pretty beads. Ooh, what are those? And I just like the wire wrap thing in front with that, just, oh, very nice. And then next, Anne, Arizona. When I saw this necklace, it reminded me of one that I made a long, long time ago. It had like turquoise beads and the tiger eye chips. I just love the way, they're combined together. It just looks so like when you walk in the room, everyone's going to notice you. So I love it. Very, very nice. And let's see, next we have Sarah, North Carolina. Oh my goodness. This is like such a cool cross. Look at this. And then the combination's perfect. You got the silver or light gray cord with the shiny, shiny silver beads and the cross and the light blue beads. Very, I don't know, just real refreshing, real like beachy. Just, I don't know how to explain it, but it looks like something you would wear with like a white dress or just like a I don't know, but I just love it. And then next to Sabine, Germany. Ooh, this is another one that's like beachy. Maybe, I don't know. This one, the beads, I'm without words, guys, honestly, because this is so pretty that I mean, just the combination. So you've got this really organic looking bead that kind of looks like, it reminds me of like coconuts or a seed or something. And then you get the beads that look like sea glass. So, you have like I feel like you get like nature in there one way, two different ways. And then you've got like the little tassel and then the just the overall. And I guess this is the loop up technique. I don't know, but it looks so pretty. I love it, Sabine. Oh, so beautiful. And then next, Anne, Arizona. Okay, guys, here are two other patterns. Now, the one on the bottom, I was wondering, it kind of looks like little roses. I guess they are, right? Okay, no. The one on the left looks like a flowery, but this one on the right looks like a rose. And that does not look easy, but I'm wondering, maybe you can do a tutorial. But I think that's so cool. I mean, it's always nice to have like tons of different like stitches that you just know how to do, because that way it just makes you more prolific in your cord knotting. So let's see, next we have, ooh, Sarah, North Carolina. Oh, I love this necklace. It's real simple, and but I love the way it's made, and it would just look so pretty with I don't know, I was thinking like a V-neck, like a brown dress, maybe with some matching earrings. Very pretty. And I like the way you did the ends with the, it's got the moose knot, but you put the beads in the moose knot, if that makes sense. I noticed that. And then this one's got the clasp and the ring. Really, really cool. And let's see. Ooh, this one's so pretty. Yellow is one of my favorite colors. And this bracelet just happens to be one of my favorites only because, you know, it's got yellow in there. This is so beautiful. Let's see, it looks like it's macrameed. Yes, it's okay. It's got these little cube beads in. That's a really cool idea, like with the little cubies. I have some cubes, and I had no idea what to do with them. But you know, something like this with the beads in between. I mean, just in between the yellow. And this looks like again, it looks like sea glass, but you know, like yellow sea glass. It's just got that really cool vibe. You got the macrame slide knot, and it's braided on the ends. Very, very cool. And I like the transition, just like from macrame to braid. It looks really good. And let's see. Next we have Sarah, North Carolina. Oh my goodness. This one. You know what's so cool about this bracelet that I just cannot figure out how you did it? Where is the macrame slide knot? And I'm wondering, is this one of those like the invisible quote unquote macrame slide knot where it's like knotted into the macrame, Sarah? I think it is. I think that's why I can't see the knot. You tell me because I don't know. But it looks so pretty. It's got the little bar in front and I like the arrangement of the beads on the outside. Ooh, and those little melon beads on the sides. Huh. I'm really intrigued about your macrame slide knot, Sarah. All right, let's see. Next we have Ann, Arizona. You know, when I saw this, I said, "Oh my goodness, it looks like today's project." But I don't think it is because I don't see the extra cords. But Ann, if you make this necklace again and you've got a problem like what I'm going to solve today, then you can use that technique because I swear it almost looks the same. I like the way you did the like the beads in front with the pendants. Oh my God, I love it, love it, love it. It's got like the beads on the side. I just like little arrangements like that. It just makes everything just so much more interesting. And then last, Sarah, North Carolina. Okay, here we go. Oh my goodness. This cross is so cool. Look at you know, it's just really neat the way you did the moose knot around the bail, and then it's got the evenly spaced knots and beads like along the cord, and that's pretty easy to do, right, Sarah? I mean, you know, you just knot them at the same time. And I think I mean, those of you that have never like seen that done, I think I have a few JTV extra shows where I do that, or maybe I don't. Maybe I need to do that one or do just like a refresher course. But beautiful. Anyway, that is everything for today. And if you have anything you'd like to send in, email it to the knotty-do-it-all@gmail.com. All right, I can tell you guys, look, it actually works. Let me show you this. So what I did with these beads, I got a leadered needle, I folded it, and then I pulled the bead through. And then on this one here, I didn't get a chance to fit. No, if it's this one, wait a minute. Ooh, I'm like looking in a mirror here. This one. So what I did was instead of pulling it all the way through, you can put maybe like a moose knot and then fluff out the ends. Isn't that just like so cool? So yes, these large hole beads have a new use. Thank you, Tess. That is so cool. Okay, so today's lesson. This is really interesting. Okay, this is the situation. I did get a customer like send me like this video technique that they saw online and asked, you know, basically if I knew how to do it, and yes. And what it was you guys have seen that there's one that I teach. It's real, like, let me see if I can like replicate it. It'll make sense to you in just a second. It's where, you know, I take the cord like this, you know, just whatever, like, let me just clip this. And then I make an overhand knot, like, you know, I go like this. See that? And then I tighten. And then I come back over and then I tighten. And then, you know, I have like beads in there. So I slide a bead, do the knot. However, this version of it had, oh, these gigantic beads will be good for this explanation. You know what? I'm gonna have to take one from my hair because it's got like the really big hole. Hang on, guys. I have to snitch my really large hole bead. Because normally I would do, and this, I'm showing you this because it's going to help you understand what it is I'm doing on the project. And I'm going to give you some like cool like tips and tricks. Okay, so normally I would slide the bead over and then I would repeat the overhand knot. See that? However, if you don't want the knot to go over, you'll have to put your cords through the bead, okay? And then you repeat the steps. See that? So now you have that overhand knotted like look, but you don't have the bead, I mean the cord on the outside. See that? That's what today's lesson is going to be about. And I'm going to share with you some like cool like tips and tricks because, I mean, this is fine and dandy because, you know, I'm using the same cord. It's the same thickness on like each side. This hole is big. But in this case, I was using a very small hole bead. Well, not extremely small, but way smaller than these guys. So I had no choice, but on the smaller hole ones that I had to go over the bead, but then the these guys here, the cord went through the bead. One thing that you need to do, like you have to make sure that whatever cord when you pull it, you have your bead, like the smaller one. Just make sure that when you do the overhand knot, the cord's chunky enough. When I first tried this one, it wasn't, but I'm going to show you the trick and how I made it work. So let's put this aside. And like I said, this isn't so much like a lesson, but it's more of like how to like approach it. So I use the wax jewelry cord in the 0.9, and I'm going to just measure out one yard. I'm going to show you how to connect them. So here's 1 yard, and then the other piece is going to be just doubled. It's going to be 2 yards. Okay. And the 2 yard one, you're going to fold it in half because that's the one we're going to be doing the knotting with. But in this case, I used a single. Where is the chunky one that I just did? Oh, I lost it. Oh yeah. See that this was a like 1-on-1, but this one is going to be like 2-on-1, and that's because the holes. And these are just like little tips and tricks that are really important. So when you attach them, let's see, what am I going to do? Because there's so many different ways to do this. I think I will go with, there's 2 ways to attach it. There's the macrame binding knot and then the moose knot. And let's do the moose knot. So you're going to take your ring, feed your cords through like this. And the one that's single, where is it? Oh my goodness. Is the one that you're going to do the knotting with. Oops. Okay. So let's pull about 4 inches or so, and then we're going to fold all these. And then we're going to make a moose knot with the all right, where is my clip? Here it is. Okay, so just kind of like keep an eye on that one. So you want to put all your cords in here, and then with the short strand, a needle would be helpful because this cord is a little bit, I don't know, Maybe I need a little bit more than that. So I'm going to pull, okay, right there. So I'm going to be making this a moose knot over all the strands. 1, 2, and you guys know how to do this, right? It's just like a kind of like a variation on the moose knot. Okay, so I'm going to come over here, put this in, and then tighten that nice and snug. Okay, now you come in and then you'll just pull all the cords, all your long cords. See that? And everything just kind of falls into place. And you want to like check it, squeeze it, pull it, anything you need to do to get it in place. And really important right now, let me get some pliers to give it some extra strength here. Because I'll tell you something that happened to me, and this is a very good tip. So just pull, pull, and pull. And at this point, don't wait till like the end to melt these things down. You want to do it now. Because I, yesterday when I was working on one of these, I thought, oh, I'll just melt it at the end. But my necklace got out of alignment because the cords slipped. And when you make that melt spot right here, it just locks everything in. Okay. Okay, I'm going to tap that down a bit. Okay, perfect. So, because I'll show you what happened. Oh, I was so bummed out. See, see what happened? Because I tend to be like really like, I don't know, heavy-handed. And I was pulling and doing all my business, and then boom, that happened. So I kind of messed it up. Okay, so we're gonna clip this in, and then remember that fold. Where's the fold? Okay, so this is the one that does it that's single. That's the one that we'll put our beads on. So I'm gonna randomly, you know, I started this one off with a big bead, like, so I'll just follow the same pattern that I did on this 1/2 here. Okay, so I'm gonna put a bead and then 3. So you string all your beads on. So that's one nice thing. All these are strung on. 2, 3, and then a blue. And I know you guys have seen this trick, but if your cord is a little bit wonky, you could always heat harden it, which makes life so much easier. So that what I do when I heat harden, I just kind of just really quickly just run the lighter underneath and then hold it, because the deal is you're heating it while you're kind of pulling on it, but don't let go, because as it cools down, it'll stick straight. It really works. It's amazing. And then when I come to cut it, I ease up on the pullings, like, you know, gentle, and then I just cut it at an angle, and that makes your nice. Isn't that amazing? Okay, so let's keep going. And that's particularly important if, you know, the hole in your bead is like a little bit smaller, and every like teeny weeny bit of space counts. Because, you know, we've all been there where, you know, we've had something like that happen. But let me just kind of speed this up. I think I got 3, and then I'll put 3 more. 2. Oh, and I want to show you guys something. Okay, well, let me show you this. It was really interesting because Susanna, I think the stars were aligned and we were kind of thinking the same. I'll show you something in just a second. Let me get this set up. Okay. Okay. Tip right here. What I did, because I wanted this to stay extra like straight for a long time, one thing that you can do is, what I do is I get this bandage stuff and I wrap it around one of my pegs. So when I come in to like wrap the cord around, it just gives it extra like holding power. And This is really important if you're using a thinner thread, because on one of these, let's see, was it this one? This one I used a really thin thread. This one is like a polyester. Whoa. And see how I went over, I mean, through the little beads, but I had to go over the pearls. So this is this cord was like kind of slippery. So I had to, you know, use the, this peg with the wrap to really help lock it in. So just a cool tip. And I know I've talked about that before. So let me put this on. But okay, let me do a couple of these. Oh, you want to get a leadered needle on here. And I know I've talked about those a lot. And you know what? Let me find one. For this one, you know, I always say make your leadered needles long, but this is one of the rare cases where having it a little bit shorter is better. So I'm gonna take my leadered needle, which is fishing line with a beading needle on the end. See that? And let me cut this. I'm gonna get that on. And here's another example. I used the beads, and you know, I just wanted some color, and I thought, you know, those beads, the Tibetan agate beads would be like really cool, just with some color. Okay, leader needle, boom, boom, double knot, and done. Okay. So what you do, let's slide this over. You slide your bead over, and then, and this is like really important. So see how I have the, ooh, okay, another thing. You want to clear anything and everything that's in your path away, because this just takes the cord, like it's like making a ladder bracelet. You know what? It just takes everything, drags everything with it. So let me scoot this down. So you just come over here. See how I'm like right under the bead, and this is how you get it real nice and close. I'm making an overhand knot. Let me lock my focus. So an overhand knot, and I'm kind of keeping the pulling that way. See, and then I kind of push the knot down, and then see these two cords. That's how you tighten it, nice and tight. So it's got a nice clean curve on the bead. And then the next one, this is where you feed your cord through the bead like this and pull it through. And then you slide it, and then you repeat after you. So it's under, just like this, like a letter P. And you bring this cord like up, like that. Oh my God, am I in? Whoops, right there, and then over. Okay. And then you tighten, and then always, like if you're using a double cord, come in. Maybe I should zoom out a bit. Okay. And then just always like tighten like this, and then you'll keep let's do the rest of these. And while I'm doing this, I want to show you something in just a second, but I want to also mention that a few of you guys have emailed us for your new passwords, and for some reason you're not getting our emails, because we've had like a couple of you guys have sent like maybe 3 or 4 requests, and we have answered them. And so for some reason you're not getting them. So check your spam folder, or maybe your trash or something, because we feel bad. We don't know what to do, because you know some of you have said, oh, I've requested this like 3 or 4 times and I haven't gotten anything back. And we check our emails, and we've sent them like 3 or 4 times, and we don't know what to do, because we don't have your phone number. So we send an email saying we sent it, but you don't get that one either. So it makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? So, maybe we send a letter in the mail. I don't know. So when you go over the bead, push it and then tighten it. See that? Perfect. So I'm going to do a few more here. Yeah, we do ship very quickly. I think Sarah ordered something. Oh my goodness. And she got it like, I don't know, Sarah, like the next day or something. It was crazy. Okay, so tight. Does that mean, is everything understandable, like what I'm doing? Just, do you have any questions? I'm going to look in the comments just to make sure that you have no, let's see. Let's see. Okay, this is, in case you're asking, I'm using a 30 minutes. Ooh, oh my God, I'm way behind. Oh my gosh. You told me to check promotions and my email. Oh, good. Ah, okay. Yes. And that's another thing, guys. Emails, like if you use Google, anything these days, if it comes from a business, it's usually under promotions, and you'll have to check that tab. Oh, thank you, Julie. Okay. Okay, thank you, Sarah. I just wanted to make sure that this is pretty easy. Boom, boom, boom. And then the beat. This is a really, this is one that I really enjoy. And there was one that I did years ago. And I ran into a problem where I was using pearls, which I'm going to talk about. Another other thing, but I want to show you one that I got in the customer show. Let's see, is it here? Where did it go? Let me see if I can find it. Is it? Oh, here we go. Susanna sent this in. And the interesting thing about this, oh goodness, I don't know how she did this. Check this out. This one is macrame, but she did not want to go, because when you macrame, the beads will go, the cord will go around the bead. She went through every single bead. And I was sitting there thinking, that must have taken a really long time, because in the first place, when you macrame a necklace that long, your working cords need to be really long. And then and this one is the spiral macrame, where it's either like all tops or all bottoms. But then you've got to think about this, guys. Then you got to go through every single bead. Oh my gosh. I want to know how long it took to do. I know, right? Some kind of telepathy. I mean, we were thinking the same way, or like something was going on, but I just thought this is so like cool. It's all macrame, guys. And that is something that you can do, but I'm not going to do it because I know it takes a long time. And I like making things that don't take too long. Okay, so I'm gonna like stop here. I'll do a couple of more, because I'm gonna do like a little cheat thing, but I do want to talk about something else. Okay, let's slide this on. Yeah, Susanna, my good, amazing. So how long did it take? I want to know, because I know that must have taken what, 2 or 3 hours, I'm gonna guess. Yeah, you know what? Some things, I have to admit. I mean, I'm like Little Miss impatient. I want it done in like 20 minutes. Mulla in 10 minutes. Blah blah blah. But some things do. Like this bracelet took me like, I don't know, an hour or 2 hours. I mean, because you just have to be patient, and sometimes it's therapeutic to just be patient. So you just, see, I messed up there. You don't want that. You want it, because if you pull the cord this way while you do the knotting, you can run into some problems. So let's just say hypothetically, I think, because I don't want to run out of time. Let's see, I did 3. Okay, so I'm just going to fake it, pretend like I finished it because I already did this side. So one option that you can do, a couple of things. Oh, where's this one? Oh no, not this one, this one. So on this one, what I did was I just kept going like usual. And you can see here that I put a bail on. So you could do like bead, bead, and then a bail, and then just keep going until you're finished. And then the afterwards I came in and just, you know, knotted on the pendant. That's one option. So this is all one continuous piece. And when I do one continuous piece, I usually put macrame binding knots on the ends. In that, it's very tricky to start with a moose knot. Where did it go? Where's my necklace? Oh, it's right here. To start with a moose knot like this, and then finish with a moose knot. It's like really, really tricky. So what I'm doing here, since this one's going to be like a 2-part, you can start with a moose knot on both sides and then use a macrame binding knot, like with a ring or a pendant, to bring these two together and combine them. So I'll just show you real quick, like how I would do that. So I'm just gonna, let me cut this because this is like I said, this is not exactly a project. It's more like the technique and some things to think about. So let me grab a ring, and then, you know, you could put like anything. You put a pendant in there, rings. I mean, hey, you can even like just put a you know what? That's not a bad idea, huh? Actually, you could put a macrame binding knot right here, leave these long, and then string on some of these guys. But I'm just going to put a ring on. Let me get a silver ring. Hang on, guys. Let's see, where's Laura Lee? I know, right? What happened to Laura Lee? She's probably on vacation. Let's see, what ring should I put? I'll put this one. That looks good. So I'm going to put this in, and let's line these up, and uh-oh, I missed one. I'm going to line them up and fold them. Ooh. Fold it over. And then you can, like always, just let's bend this. See, this is what I love about this board. Like it's like, it works on demand. You're like, okay, I need to do this. So you just come in, clip this part. Let's see, clip this part here, boom, and it's going to hold it. And then you could put, get some scrap cord to hold the other part. So let me get a scrap here, right there. And I'm just going to wrap it around these guys because all I really need is for the, for everything to be held. And it doesn't take much, guys, to like get everything down. So when I come back in here to do the this macrame thing, I'm going to, does it look dark today? For some reason, I feel like it looks dark. Let me see if I can make it a little bit brighter. Oh, let me see. Nope. Hang on, let me try something else here. I think did that help a little bit? Yeah, let's do that. I think I need some new light bulbs. So we are, oh, you know, I thought I saw Laura Lee here. Okay, so when I do this binding knot part, my new rule of thumb is we are going to, yes, earrings. We could either split the point, the 9-0, like this, split it, or you could just cut to the chase and use the 0.5. So I'm just going to split this one because it's handy. Thinner is better when you're doing a binding knot, unless it's a long binding knot, which in that case, and so basically what you do, just come in here, you just like tighten the heck out of it. And it's really important that you do these super tight because there's a lot going on in there and you don't want it to come apart. So this is how I approach this. It's very repetitive. And you just keep going. Okay, so what if you have some like itty bitty teeny weeny beads? Okay. I'm going to show you what to do. Okay, so then you come in and you melt. Let's see, where did my lighter go? Right here. Ideally, I would use a thread zap, but I don't know where my thread zap got off to, so tap, tap. Oh, and you know, one thing I like to do is I like to keep it on the board when I cut because having that tension gives you a much cleaner cut. Don't you agree? Because, you know, when you pull on something and then you cut it, it looks better than if it's just like kind of floppy. And then, okay, let's do this one. Okay. So you get the idea. So then you have, whoa, why is that crooked? Oh, that's because I put 2 beads here because I don't want to run out of time. However, I do want to show you something else. Let's move this aside. I want to show you this one. Okay, in this case, what happened was the wax jewelry cord would not, there's no way it would fit through the pearls. Way too small. So in this case, you can use 2 completely different kinds of thread. So I used a thin, for the pearl, an upholstery thread. Very important that it says upholstery thread because upholstery thread is extremely strong. So I was able to double the upholstery thread, and this one's got 2-liter needles going because, let me show you. Whoa. Because on they both ended up being, oh, they're tangled. Well, here they are. I'll show you kind of sort of what's going on. This is a mess. Oops. But either way, they both have, so that is one thing that you can do. You can use 2 separate cords. You could use one for the beads and then the one for the pearls. Isn't that cool how you can combine 2 threads in this one and it's not even noticeable? But you do get the advantage that you have that really cool the look that you were after. So anyways, that is my tip for this one. And what I want to do now is, since I have a few minutes left, was that like simple and understandable, guys? You know, today was just about teaching you how to do that. Okay, I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm going to show you how to do this. This one's interesting because you need a clean loop here and a clean loop here. And this is how I did it. And this is really cool because it could be on its own. It could be a bracelet or it could be a component piece for all sorts of things. So the way I did this one was I took this lace that's been on the past couple of shows, and I am going to put paraffin wax on it. Sometimes I use paraffin, sometimes I use bees. Paraffin is a little more slippery, and I'm just going to squish it in there. Ooh. And one cool thing I'll tell you in a minute, you do the paraffin and Just get it nice and greased up. Squish it, and you can see I've got like beads in my paraffin. So, okay. So I'm going to move this. And it all just, depends on how long you want to make this. Let's say I'm going to go for like a 6-inch. Let me see if guys, I got to see if I even remember how I did this. Like, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to move, because I'm going to work like off the line here, so to say. So you clip this. Okay, so I'm going to move that, come around. And this one here, you're going to make it, I don't know, a few inches longer, maybe like 5 or 6. Let's just cut it. And this is interesting because I know that after I braid this, I believe it's going to be, even though it's measuring 6 inches, I think it'll end up at 5. Because after you braid it, it shrinks. So let me, oh my gosh. You want to cut this, but don't cut them with thread scissors. You want some like cord cutting scissors. Okay. So I'm just going to clip this about here. And then right in here, see how it's curved like this? I want to make a macrame binding knot. Here, you know what? I'll use this since it's already cut. And since it's like big and bulky, you want to make it with the 0.5 or the 0.9 split and make it really tight, excuse me, and really like kind of long, at least like 1/2 inch. So you just really get it so that it doesn't fall apart. I'm just going to keep going. This one's cool. God, I hope I finish because I keep saying, I'm going to show this one. Instagram. Guys, I'm going to show this one. And then I end up running out of time. Okay. So in real life, you would make it a little bit longer. And you could go back over it if you want. Because I mean, I'm just because of time constraint here. I don't want to run out of time. So I'm just going to pretend like I really like went crazy. And where is this? Okay. This is so cool. Man, you wouldn't believe, I get so many like emails from people say, oh, I bought this bracelet overseas and then it fell apart. It's always the same kind of bracelet where they have all these this stuff bound. No, I'm not gonna get off track because I also made another really cool bracelet with this stuff, but nope. Okay, so what you do, it's really interesting. You just braid it, but don't cut this part. Let's bring this down and just come in here and just braid. And then you just got to keep track of that one. You're just going to braid it with, but not cut the loop because that loop is going to be very important when you get to the end. So just kind of crunch it. Just real like tight braid. Okay. And just kind of keep going. And I think I said this, I'd measured it 6. So there's this little phenomenon. I've been testing it out because every one I've made, after I finish it, it comes out an inch longer, which kind of makes sense because, you're kind of like bundling the threads upward. So, it kind of makes sense that it would like shrink a bit. Because the advantage to this is that you don't have a bunch of like weird ends that you have to fold over. So it's just nice and like super clean. And then when you get to the end, it does get a little bit like tricky because you need to kind of like kind of crunch it in there. And oh boy. I mean, sometimes your fingers can only go so much. Okay. Let's see. And actually, you know what I think I did? Okay. I took that into account. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's see. Can she do it? Ooh. Well, I don't know. I think, oh, you know what? I'm going to try. Okay. But did I mess up? Okay, so that one, oh my gosh, can I do this? I'm going to try, guys. So I think this one goes back through. Yes. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh, I did it. Yay. So see that? Perfect. So what you do is just put like a clip on like somewhere. Let me put a clip here to, you know what? I need to just, okay, clip just to hold it so you can get everything in. I think I put, did I, let me, you know, I got to check my, the one that I made to see how I folded it. Oh yeah. Okay, that's what I did. So this gets clipped here, and this gets clipped about there. And then now we are going to put a macrame binding knot right there. So we're going to flip our board over and let's scoot all this down. Okay, right there. So let me get this. Ooh, I want to finish this one because, okay. And this cord was the deer suede, or some kind of suede lace. I think it's deer, or maybe not. I don't. Cow suede lace. And then see how I have this here just like that? I'm going to come in here and macrame binding knot. So really tight this time. Ooh, nice and tight. Oh my God, you know what, guys, you know, I always like to acknowledge you and, you know, Michael, Pat. I just want to give a shout out to all of you guys. Prince. Oh my gosh, okay. You get the idea. So you just keep going. I'm just going to keep going until it is 10:59. You could stabilize it at this point if it's too wobbly for you. Let's do that. That's one thing I love about this board. And you know, the especially, I mean, I don't teach weaving, you know, because, you know, I just don't. But this board is like excellent for weaving. And I think it's because like I said earlier, I tend to be really like heavy-handed. I'm like pulling and, you know, just crazy. And it's just very, very durable. It's really tight, super tight. So you just keep going. And and what I do is I'll come back and flip it over, and then I'll macrame like backwards, like the opposite way, just to give it extra strength. See how easy it was just to flip it around? This board's great. Ugh. Top, bottom, and so forth. So, okay, so now we're going to trim it because it is 10:58. Boom, boom. And I think it's going to end up being 5 inches long because, okay, let me cut this right there and trim this one. And I'll give you a tip in just a second. So there you have this braided section. If you rub it down with some more cow suede, man, I don't owl suede. I don't know, guys. Some kind of suede. I mean, I don't have my cheat sheets here. I don't know what animal it came from. Oh, if you rub it down with some more paraffin, just rub it in like really, really well, and then heat it up. It'll give it like see this one, it's got like it has like an aged look to it. So it gives it that really cool like patina. And let's measure this. See, I made it 6 inches and it's 5 inches. So whatever your target length is going to be, make it an inch shorter. But you know, honestly, I haven't made one that was 10 inches long that came out 9 inches. Because I was thinking it would be really cool to have it like as a component piece to like a longer, like a necklace that we have it in the back. But isn't that cool? Super clean, super perfect. It could be a bracelet. It could be a component. There's so many things you can do with this. I think my time is up. Yes, it is. Anyway, I hope you guys learned something cool and interesting today. I want to thank everyone for joining today's show. And Tess, my new thing, next time you see me, I'm going to have like, like beads all over my hair because now I've got a new thing to bead. Anyway, guys, you have a nice week and I'll see you next Thursday. Bye.